and welcome to Kinda Keto with Donna. So today is going to be Chaffle Prep Day. So join me, won't you? So if you've been on keto for a while or low carb for a while, you might already know what a chaffle is. If you're new, a chaffle is basically a cheese waffle. And it's really easy to do, and it's got mozzarella, almond flour, and egg, and maybe a pinch of salt is your basic chaffle recipe. And these are so versatile, you can use them for so many different things, which is why I'm going to make a bunch today and just kind of have them prepped up for whatever I want to use them for. So when I started, I got the little chaffle maker. They're like everywhere now, so they're real easy to find, Walmart, whatever. So it makes one little mini waffle, and most of the recipes out there for chaffles are for 2, and a lot of times I want to do 4. So it's so easy to whip up, but then you just got to wait a little bit for 3.5 to 4.5 minutes for it to cook. Take it out, put more batter in, which for 2 isn't so terrible, but when I do want to do 4, it takes a little more time. So at a thrift store, believe it or not, a yard sale, I found another one. So I've got 2 little ones, and this one I got maybe for $3 or something like that, and it works, and so that was easy. But I still wanted to do more in bulk, like kind of all of them one day. So I finally saved up and got myself a little treat. I got the Dash 4 Chaffle waffle iron. So this way I can do 4 at a time. I can do another batch, so I got another 8. I could do 12. So I find this much easier, and then you only have to clean it once, so that's pretty awesome. I got a cheaper brand one time, and the size was completely different than this size. So keep an eye on that if you are considering that. I'm trying to remember where I got this from. I might have found it at Target, believe it or not. So, but I will leave a link for Amazon, which they have it too. I was just keeping an eye on it to get a good price. But the other one I got, I'll have to find out the name of that one. The chaffles were smaller. So if I want 2, I want the, decent size ones. So this one is the proper size, and it'll be the same size as these little guys. Because it's so worth getting the 4 chaffle maker. So let's get to making some chaffles. Okay, your basic chaffle mix is, now I'm going to make 4. Most recipes are just for 2, so I'm doubling this. So I have 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of almond flour, and then just going to do, it's a pinch of salt for 2, so 2 pinches. And you want to whisk that together first, and then we're going to add our mozzarella. Now this basic recipe, you can make it for sandwiches. Tuna melt would be good on this. Of course, I'm going to show you another one in a little bit that I think I like a little better than this for the tuna melt. So I just whisk it together, nice and easy. Voila. And then to that, I got 1 cup of the mozzarella. And then we're just going to put that in there. Okay, and just mix together, and we got ourselves some chaffle batter, and that's all there is to it. All right. Okay, but I don't usually do the regular chaffle. I do a couple of variations. So to the basic recipe, if you want a sweet chaffle, which is kind of like having a breakfast waffle, you're going to add some either like monk fruit or swerve granular, something like that. So let's use Swerve today. This one's already open. And it's just going to be adding 1 tablespoon if you're doing 2. And I'm doing 4, so I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. Or you can scale it back to your taste buds. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit less than 2. And then to that, some vanilla. And that's going to be a teaspoon. Okay, for 2, so 2 teaspoons for 4. There we go. That's close. That's close. Alrighty, and mix that up. Waffles taste much better with vanilla in it. So you could add chocolate chips to this if you want, or if you just want to add, you could add it to the batter. but I kind of usually add it afterwards or add some fresh strawberries or blueberries. Okay, ready for the chaffle maker. All right, so I've got my green light ready to go on my dash. And you know, I used to put a little olive oil spray on there, and that was actually the hardest part to clean off. The chaffles come out pretty easily. Last time I did this, I didn't even put it on there, so I'm not going to. If you had the small chaffle makers, it was easier for me to kind of measure out a quarter cup for each, because some would be really big, some would be really small. So this way, I'm just going to kind of pour it and just try and even it out, because it cooks so fast. Gonna spread it out a little bit. Make sure you use all of it. When you put the top down, it kind of squishes it down. Alright. I think we're good. Okay, and then just close the lid. And we got 3.5 to 4.5 minutes. Okay, time is up. Open them up. Nice. Let's see if they come out. Yeah, see, they come out pretty easy. Don't need the spray. And you want to let them cool. I got a little, kind of like a baking rack here. Here we go. And they kind of crisp up a little bit as you cool them. You're so cute. Now for chaffle number 2, start with our basic recipe again. So I've got 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of the almond flour, 2 pinches of salt. But before I'm going to add the cheese, I'm going to add some spices. This is going to be for pizza chaffle. These are my favorites. So I'm going to add some garlic powder and some oregano. And this oregano, organic, I got at Aldi for $2.49, FYI. And I'm just going to do a quarter of a teaspoon of both of those. And give us a little more pizza-y flavor. Quarter there. I love the smell of garlic powder. And oregano. There you go. And we're going to whisk that up first and then put in the mozzarella. So I just washed this bowl real quick while the other chaffles were cooking. Okay, add our mozzarella. I'm Italian, I say mozzarella. Instead of mozzarella. I'm a mozzarella girl. All right, we're going to mix that up together. Now we have batch number 2. All right, same deal. I'm not even going to bother spraying it. Where's my spoon? And I'm just going to put them all in. He looks lonely over there. All right, that looks pretty good. Another 3.5 to 4 minutes. All right, batch number 2 just went off. Sometimes I go to 4 minutes. Sometimes I stop at 3.5. That looks nice and brown. Now these are different, so I'm making sure I keep them a little separate. Okay, lovely. That'll work. Okay, let's get ready for our last batch. All right, and once these cool off completely, they're going to be going in the freezer. And I just have my freezer Ziploc bags marked pizza chaffles and breakfast chaffles. And I'll tell you what the third one is in just a minute. Now this third recipe is a little bit different. These are called Wonder Bread chaffles, which are just really great for sandwiches. But also there is no cheese in them. They are chaffles but no cheese. The other 2 recipes you can find all over the internet, Pinterest, whatever. But these Wonder Bread chaffles I found at Instapix.com, and I really like these, so much so that I am actually quadrupling the recipe. So I want to make 8 of these. So I have quadrupled everything. We're going to use some today or tomorrow for some tuna melts, so I wanted to have enough to still put in the freezer for next time while I have the waffle iron out, which is the idea of making all these all in one day. All right, so what I'm making now is going to be for 8 chaffles. So I have 4 eggs in there. I have 12 tablespoons of almond flour, which equals 3/4 cup. I'm putting some mayonnaise in there. I found this from Chosen Foods at a recent discount store, and this was only $2.99 for a really, really good brand. So I'm going to check, I'm trying that in this recipe. And I already have it measured out. So it's only 1 tablespoon for 2 chaffles. So 4 tablespoons for the 8. And remember, 4 tablespoons equals 1/4 cup. Isn't it easier to measure 1/4 cup and not 4 separate tablespoons? Okay, so 4 tablespoons. Then it's going to be 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. So we've got some baking powder here. Got my teaspoon all ready to go. Try not to waste your time, because this makes it kind of rise a little bit. So not put too much. Okay. 1 teaspoon. And actually some water. So it's 4 teaspoons of water, which again equals 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon, instead of measuring out 4 different times. So we got, so right there, 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. I say that because, I never really thought about it, realized it. Okay, so we got 3 teaspoons in there now, and here is number 4. And I went up to a fork on this one. So the consistency would be a little bit different, but I mean, still like a batter. Okay, now we'll ladle all up and put it in the chaffle maker. Okay, that is the last of my chaffles. Here's what Wonder Bread chaffles look like. They're really nice and soft. Actually, these I do like soft. They're just perfect for a sandwich. I love them. And tuna melts are really awesome with that. And then I usually use it, after I unplug it, my little mini chaffle maker, I spray some water on it while it's hot just to kind of get any stuff loosened up there. I'm going to get ready to let these cool and pack 4 of them up for the freezer and leave 4 out for our tuna melts. Well, that was productive. So I made 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chaffles today. And didn't take very long. And yes, it's pretty quick to do it on the fly too, but this is nice to have. So I'm going to put some in the freezer. I got some breakfast chaffles here. Got them marked with my Ziploc bag because they do look alike. I also have some pizza chaffles. Now, all these chaffles, you just pop in the toaster. So you pop in the toaster, and then if you want to warm it in the oven, or warm it in the oven, if I'm doing the pizza chaffles, I will pop them in the toaster and then heat up the oven, do a little Rao's, low sugar, no sugar, marinara sauce, a little mozzarella, uncured pepperoni for traditional. I've also done a white pie, which is really good, which is ricotta and garlic and some Parmesan. We actually did a buffalo chicken pizza chaffle where I had some of my own ranch dressing, and then we had some chicken diced up and with some buffalo sauce, of course, and put some extra cheese on that. That was really good. And if you don't have ranch went better with it, but you could also use Alfredo. So many possibilities. When you take these out of the freezer and you toast them, I mean, you're having dinner ready in 10 minutes. Well, I hope that gave you some ideas and how versatile chaffles can be. They're fun to make, and they're really fun to eat, and they taste really good. And you don't always have to have traditional bread, but sometimes you want that, either something to hold on to or just not something plopped on a plate. So here are your options for that. Well, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more recipes like this, and leave a comment. Do you have a favorite chaffle recipe? There's also other ones out there I haven't tried yet. There was a chocolate chaffle. I think I did do a pumpkin chaffle in the fall. So there's just so many varieties out there. It's going to be your best friend on keto. And until next time, bye.